Mastercast. The Mastercast. This is a podcast by me. My real name is Daniel Dixon, and I do Twitch, and I'm known on Twitch as Master Dan. So I thought Master Dan podcast. Blend that together, and you get a Mastercast. Well, hey, there you go. This is just a really dumb idea, really, that I thought I'd try. I've kind of thought about doing podcasts for about the past week, 2 weeks maybe, just for the crack. And essentially, I thought I'd make it like a blog, but in monologue format. Monoblog. Yeah, monoblog. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Like a monoblog. Basically, I'll talk things music. I'm very passionate about music and video games. Basically, that is going to be my, I guess, niche. There's a lot of other podcasts that talks about the same thing, but I thought I want to do one as well. So there you go. Yeah, and just ramble on about a lot of shit. Just like, it's just something I fancy doing for a while. I don't know. It might flop. It probably will flop. Or I might enjoy it that much that I'll keep on going with it. But I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. So the idea, I told you about it. I don't know why I just said the idea. The idea, just talk all things music, video games, and just life in general. Just have a chat. Won't be a long podcast. If I could get friends to join somewhere down the line, that would be pretty cool as well. I would like that. If you're interested, hit me up. Slide into my DMs or yeah. Yeah, and we'll talk. Anything. It's just a bit of dumb fun. It's all it is. It's all it is. Right? And this episode is more around I'm basically just introducing myself to you, and I've went onto Instagram, the Discord, and Twitter, and just basically went, right, I'm starting a podcast. Throw me some questions. They could be absolutely anything, no matter how serious or no matter how dumb they are. And I will do my best to answer them for you. That's what it is, basically. So, anyways, I guess I'll introduce myself then. I've given you my name. You should know it by now. I am originally from Hartlepool, of the northeast of England. Hartlepool is my home town. My hometown. My actual home at the moment is in Darlington, which is it's not too far from there. But I live here with my partner in crime, Haley. Hope she doesn't mind me using her name on here. She's pretty sound. She puts up with me. I put up with her. It's just a big laugh, me and her. And we got 2 rabbits and a noisy fucking budgie. Yeah, that's it. And basically, I am a musician and I am well into video games. And I've been playing guitar for about 20 years now, which is insane. I've been in a few bands. I've played various venues like around the country there with other bands, and I'm really really passionate about music. I love music. I'm more predominantly into like sort of rock metal sort of stuff, hardcore, death metal, whatever. But I generally love a lot of other music around that. I mean, absolutely love Kendrick Lamar, Death Grips, Duran Duran, Tears for Fears, and just anything that makes me think, ooh, that's good, really. Which is not really a genre. I don't know. But yeah, I'm a musician. I love music, and I love going to concerts. Part of this podcast will be talking about some of the music that I've been listening to, some of the concerts I've been going to, festivals. I'll be going on about that, and discussing about some of the smaller bands that need a bit of a shout out, that's got to be the whole music part of the podcast, which I hope you do like. Uh, yeah, I bloody love music, so that's one thing. And yeah, the other bit about me, I'm a Twitch streamer. I've been starting Twitch. I've been doing Twitch ever since the beginning of the lockdown around about March 2020. And at first, like, live streaming was something I didn't really have an interest in. I definitely wasn't interested in streaming video games because I used to, and to be fair, other streamers have said the same thing. Like, I've seen people live stream video games and thought, why? What's the point? Like, why don't you just play the game? Type thing. Like, to my ignorant self, that's what I always used to say. But it wasn't until the lockdown and I started seeing bands like Code Orange, Matt Heafy from Trivium doing like these music streams, like playing guitar and singing and stuff like that. I'd like live streaming concerts, and I thought I really want to do that. Like when the lockdown was up and I was on furlough for about 4 months, best 4 months of my life, where I just did nothing. Like I thought, right, I really want to get into that, so I wanted to live stream music, but the computer I had at the time, the PC, was an absolute pile of ass. It wasn't good at all, and I tried doing live streams for like music production or like guitar playthroughs and everything, but the PC I had at the time just could not handle it. It was terrible. It was really, really bad. So I was like, oh, well, I guess that's done then. But a couple of weeks passed, and I still wanted to do some live streaming, and I had this sort of itch to play like an old game. I wanted to play a video game called Clive Barker's Undying, which is quite an underrated horror title from 2001. It was a PC game. Clive Barker, horror writer, made a game. I don't think he made a game. He might have made the story, but I don't think he made the game. Other developers made it. I don't know. But I thought, I really want to play this game. I'm gonna install it and play it. And like, when I opened it up, I thought, why don't I just live stream it, see how it goes? And with my shitty derelict PC that I had, like, I thought I'd give it a go. I had Streamlabs up, and I had the game up with the webcam and everything, and it worked absolutely fine. And I was looking back and I was like, oh my god, I'm streaming a game. I'm streaming a game. Who'd have thought? And like, I was playing along to it, and I was talking back into the microphone and shit. Literally just rambling on like I am now, until people would come in. And, you know, it took a few streams for that to happen. But when that happened, like, I started meeting people and talking to people. I ended up watching, there's a band called Creeper, who I absolutely love, and the guitar player Ian Miles also had a Twitch channel, and I started like getting involved with like his community, and like I made friends from that. And he was playing Call of Duty on a Sunday with like his subscribers, and I played Call of Duty with him, and like I had a real good time. And I started getting to know some of the people from there, and because obviously when lockdown was at its, you know, its worst form, shall we say, like, you know, you weren't allowed to socialize outside the house or anything like that. Like, you had to stay 2 weeks apart and stuff. Like, you know, everyone was starting to stream, and like, it started to get really busy. So like, all the people who I met and the community that I was in, like, they're all streaming a lot, and we would always be in and out of each other's streams, saying hello and like supporting one another, subscribing, and, you know, bigging them up, that sort of thing. And it was great. And like, you know, it's a bit less like that now, because obviously the world's opened up a lot more. People can travel, people can socialize and everything. So like, I mean, I still live stream. It's not as booming as it was back then, you know, I'm back at work and all that, but, you know, I still really love it. I still really enjoy it. But anyways, going back to Clive Barker's Undying, I went off a bit of a tangent there. Like, Clive Barker's Undying was the first game I streamed, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, well, I finished this now. I want to keep streaming. What do I stream next? And what I thought was, how about I play video games from my childhood? So the next game I played was Red Faction, and like it just felt good to do that. Like I found like what I was doing, I was getting a real nostalgia kick from all these video games I haven't played in like, 10, 15, some 20 years, and just like, talking about the games, like how I'm feeling now, this nostalgia feeling, how I felt when I played them back in the day, and just like and people being like, "Wow, what the fuck's this game?" or whatever, like what the fuck's Grim Fandango, or like Dino Crisis, the first Resident Evil, or like Spider-Man from the PS1. Mainly consisting of games from the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era. And I did a big Metal Gear Solid marathon. I basically played all of them, apart from the NES games because they're not really that good, and the Game Boy Color one. Although the Game Boy Color one's quite good actually. I just started playing it, but I played them all, and that is probably my big live stream achievement. I've done a couple of charity streams as well. Raised a lot of money for them as well, for Mind, and yeah, raised hundreds of pounds for them, which was great. And yeah, that's basically been my live streaming. I'm not going to say a career. My live streaming hobby, I guess. It's been going for, yeah, bloody hell. It's been going for over 3 years, which is insane. Like, it's been going for that long. And I've been affiliate for about 2.5 of them years. And it's just great that I'm still in touch with a lot of the people on there. Like, I'd happily bring any of these onto a podcast to just like talk about some stuff, video games or whatever, but they're all absolutely lovely and it's great. And yeah, it was just awesome. Like, it still is awesome as well. I'm currently playing Final Fantasy VII, and it's taking its time to do because there's only so much time I have off work, in between work and stuff, so I can actually go on and play it, and it's a long game. But yeah, that's what I'm basically doing. I just play old video games because the thing is, I find like, and I feel bad saying it because I know that I've got friends who stream Warzone and Fortnite and Apex Legends and all that sort of stuff, Dead by Daylight, and I just find that bit to be a bit too. I find them games just a bit too. Fucking hell, what's the word? Man, I lost my train of thought now. Sorry. I've lost the fuck. I had the word literally on the tip of my tongue. Congested? No. Oversaturated. That's the word I was looking for. Fucking hell. Sorry. But yeah, I found like the whole online multiplayer thing, even though I do enjoy like Warzone or whatever, just so oversaturated. I just never thought, well, I would just be another person playing Warzone out of millions who were streaming it. And I thought, my niche with streaming is to do video games from my childhood. And yeah, it's been like that ever since, and I still do it to this day. I'm starting to run out of games like from my childhood as well, but I'm still open to like playing some games from like that era that I've not played before as well. So it might end up going down that road when I've literally played every game from my childhood, because I've played all sorts. Hang on. That was my XLR that went shit. I hope you didn't shit yourself there from that. But yeah, that was that's my Twitch, basically. If that sounds interesting to you, here's a bit of a shameless plug. www.twitch.tv/Mastodan92. There I am. Give me a follow if you want. And it's just great. It's a good laugh. I enjoy it. So yeah, that is basically me. I'm a musician. I love music. I do also stream the music now as well, since I've got a new PC. I say new. I've had it for about 2 years now, about a year and a half. And like when I got really into streaming, I thought, right, I need a new PC. I got a new job. Like, I really need a new PC, so I got one. And with that, I'm able to stream video games in a better quality and do like the music production streams and all that, guitar playthroughs and like the jam sessions and all that, all on Twitch with like little to no effort at all. It just works brilliantly, and yeah, it's great. It's great, and I can do that now. So yeah, that's me. I went off on a tangent there. That tends to happen. So I'm basically a musician who loves video games, who likes to stream. I like to stream video games, I like to stream music. I tried YouTube. I tried TikTok. I'm not really good at them. I'm not really good at videos. I think my struggle is with videos like on YouTube and TikTok is when I look at it back, I kind of cringe at myself a little bit. I don't know. Even though I'm not doing anything overly cringy, like I just can't help but be like, who the fuck's gonna watch this? I think I used to do. I've been doing YouTube for a lot of years, but I've been sort of like drip feeding content, if that makes sense. Like, I used to do album reviews. Some of them got some traction. Some of it didn't do well at all. I remember I did a Knocked Loose album review before, and the dislike to like ratio was like pretty bad. Like, it was definitely more dislikes and likes, and it's not like I didn't even slag the album off at the time. I gave it high praises because it's a different shade of blue, and it's Knocked Loose, and I love that band. But it was the way I presented it, and people was like, "Who the fuck's this dude?" And I kind of get like that looking at my videos sometimes. So that's another reason why I thought I'd go into the podcast route. So I don't have to look at my face. I could just ramble on, talk shit, and not have to worry about editing or anything like that, or looking at my face anymore, looking at my facial expressions. I don't know. It's a bit daft, but yeah, I know I shouldn't feel like that about myself, but I can't help it. It's one of them things. Yeah. So I don't really do YouTube all that much anymore. I might do some eventually, but hey, we'll see. So yeah, enough about me. I basically went on, as I mentioned earlier, I went on Discord, Twitter, and Instagram, and asked for some questions. It could be serious, dumb. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything, and I'll do my damnedest to try and answer that for you. So, yeah, here we go. I've got a question here. I've got one here, and it's from a good guy called Six Health of Fury, who tends to come into my streams quite often. He said, "Question: What makes a JRPG great for you? Is story the biggest factor, etc., etc.? Thank you for your question." Here's the thing: I don't really play JRPGs all that often, if at all. To be honest, excuse me. Like, Final Fantasy VII is the game I'm streaming at the moment, which I'm absolutely loving. Like, I can't believe I didn't play it properly back in the day. Like, this is like the first time I've played it properly. But I think with games like that, I think the most important thing that makes it great is the character development for me. Like, watching the way the characters sort of shape up to being, and like the story around them on Final Fantasy VII is just amazing, and I love that. And I think that's what makes it important with the JRPG. Definitely like the story that surrounds the character and the development and how they get on, like the falling out or like making up type of thing, being out for each other. And like I just love that sort of thing with it. Like, I mean, and like, because otherwise you're just playing a video game, like a JRPG, where you're just battling and then you're having to go from A to B. That's how I see it anyways. I think that's why I've not really played that many JRPGs. Nothing's really stood out to me. I don't know, a few people have told me to play this, that, and the other, but I've just not had the time, because I know JRPGs can be quite taxing on time. But for me, it's just got to be the character development. Like, especially if you're reading text a lot, like the text dialogue, you gotta have it grab you. Like it's gotta be one hell of a story. Like, and also the music as well. You gotta have really good music. Like the Final Fantasy VII music is absolutely incredible. It's amazing. So yeah, I'd say that probably the character development and the music is my favorite part for sure. I've got some questions on your Instagram. Thank you for your question, Six Alpha Fury. That was the only one from Discord. I haven't really got that many questions, so what I'm going to do, once I've answered the rest of the questions, is I'm going to go look for MySpace questions and pick like a few random ones just for the crack. It'll be funny. So here's an Instagram question from my good buddy Jake Carsmith. He has asked me top 3 flavor of crisps and download 2024 headliner predictions. So thank you for your question, Jake. You're a bloody good lad. Top 3 flavor of crisps. You know, I love McCoy's salt and vinegar. I love salt and vinegar crisps, and I think McCoy's do the best ones. Like McCoy's salt and vinegar crisps, unreal, nicely ridged, very crispy is obviously what you want in a crisp, for it to be crispy. Yeah, and it's a great crisp. Can't say much else about that. I'd probably say that is number 1 for me, for sure. Doritos, if you count them. The tangy cheese Doritos, just so Moorish, so beautiful. Like, if you're going to throw a bag of Doritos tangy cheese at me, I'm going to devour them in about 0.5 seconds, probably. Because they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. Beautiful crisp. And number 3, oh God, what would be... You know what? I love, like, posh crisps. You know, a bit like the Walker Sensations, a bit like them. Like the sweet chili ones, or you go to, like, M&S, or have them in Tesco's in a big bag, and the bag's usually like a matte sort of finish, and the bag is usually dark, and it's got like the actual ingredients printed onto the bag, like the actual picture of the ingredients, like, you know, like when you get like pork scratching flavored ones or roast fucking duck flavored ones or whatever, and it's like, oh God, these are fucking incredible. Like they're the type of crisps that go really well with a pint. You know what I mean? God, I sound like such a bloody bloke right now. Yeah, yeah, them. So I'd say top 3 crisps would be McCoy's salt and vinegar, the tangy cheese Doritos, and any of like the posh crisps from your like supermarket. They're great. I was gonna say mini cheddars, but are they a crisp? Are they a crisp? Do they count as crisps, or are they just like a bit like breadsticks but smaller and round and cheesy? You know what I mean? That could be the discussion for next week. No, it won't be. He did also ask what are my predictions for Download Festival next year, 2024. I went to Download this year, and it was an amazing time. Lovely weather, amazing bands. It's incredible. Who I think Avenged Sevenfold are going to headline after the new album coming out. Like, I reckon they're either going to do a UK tour next year, or they're going to headline Download. And I think they're going to do that. I think they're going to headline Download next year. It's the last time they played was 2018, so I think they're due another headline slot, and the new album is fucking incredible. I think it's genius. Like, I know the new album it's had a lot of mixed reviews, quite controversial because of how all over the place it is, but I genuinely love it. I think it might be their best album. Life is But a Dream. So yeah, definitely Avenged Sevenfold. The other two, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm struggling. I would love to see Paramore headline Download. I would absolutely love Paramore headline. I think they'd go down a storm. You get all the usual Facebook trolls going, no, it's not a metal band, man. Why have you got pop punk emo band on there? Wah. But nah, fucking, that'll be awesome. Paramore would be brilliant. I've been meaning to see Paramore again for ages. Like, last time I saw them was on the Brand New Eyes tour in 2011. Was it 2011? Or was it 2010? I can't remember. I think it might have been 2010, actually. Yeah. And they were fucking incredible. They were awesome. And I've been looking at the footage of them touring at the moment, and like I'm so jealous I never went to the UK tour that happened recently. So I'd love to see them headline Download. I think it'd be amazing, but for some reason I don't think they will. Couple of other guesses. I think maybe it. I don't know. I was gonna say AC/DC, right? Because they're playing that Power Trip festival that's happening in the US, which is a mad lineup. It's like Metallica, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Tool, and some other massive band. Can't remember, but they're huge. And it got me thinking, like, well, if AC/DC are doing that festival, surely they've got to be doing some more touring. Surely. And if they came to Download and were like, oh, yeah, let's play that, like, it'll be fucking incredible. They played Download in 2010. So, 13 years ago, that was my first ever Download, and it was amazing. Like, if they've got it in them to play Download again and put on a fucking incredible set of just the greatest hits, the best songs, it's just a great time. It's just a really great time. I loved AC/DC when they headlined in 2010. I'd love to see them back, for sure. But I doubt it as well, because when they played in 2010, they brought their own stage, right? They brought their own stage and they plonked it right next to the main stage of Download, so they could have like all their huge stage production and everything. And like, it cost them like £30 million as well. Like, that's how much it cost Download. It was a really, really pricey headliner. But yeah, AC/DC, I would love to see in there. And one final shout out: My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance are due a headline Download again. That'll be a winner. That one, I would love to see My Chemical Download. They were incredible at Milton Keynes last year. I went and saw them just after my 30th birthday, and they were amazing. The best stadium show I've ever seen. I've only been in a handful of stadium shows. I've seen Foo Fighters at Stadium of Light, and I've seen Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Stadium of Light as well. But that was the best one. My Chemical Romance at Milton Keynes. So I'd love to see them at Download. So my three headliners. Come on, give it to Avenged Sevenfold. They'll need a classic type band. I'd love it to be AC/DC and either Paramore or My Chem. Give it to Paramore. Why not? Right, what other questions have I got here? Let's see. This one is, when are we going to Vegas? This is from Haley, who I mentioned earlier in the podcast. My rock, my partner in crime, my girlfriend. And the reason she's asked this is because she wants to marry me so fucking bad, so that we can go to Vegas and get married there. Because that is kind of like our dream. And she keeps going on about, when we go to Vegas, man, where are we going to Vegas? I want to go to Vegas, man. Like, she wants to marry me so hard, like, it's bad. So I don't know, Haley. We'll put a poll up. How about that? We'll put a poll up, and then we'll know when we're going to Vegas. But I need to fucking pull my finger out about that one. Right, here's another one from. There's another two questions actually from Matty Willoughby, who's a fucking legend. He's a fucking legend. Would you rather piss ice or fart fire? I'd go fart fire. I'd probably do that. I think pissing ice would be fucking excruciating. Imagine if you're going to take a leak, you start pissing, then like shards of ice come out. Oh, that would be hard. That would. Fart and fire, quite a handy thing to have, really. You want to put if you've run out of lighter fuel, and you need to light your mate's cigarette up, just fart on a cigarette. Or your barbecue needs light, fart on your barbecue. You know, you want to turn the fireplace on in your house, fart on your fireplace. It's really, I think it'll be a really cool thing to have, as well as a party trick. It'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty rad, and you could use it as some sort of weapon. I think. Like, I reckon if you had like a bottle of like Lynx Africa or something like that, and you started spraying it and you fart on it, you could annihilate some people with that. So I'd do that. And he's asked for another one. Good old Matty Willoughby. Would you rather come sick or sick come? Now, this one, I think I'd have to sick come on this one. You know, think about it. If you were coming sick, it would be projectile, wouldn't it? It would just go absolutely everywhere. And you know, if you were on your own in your bed doing the thing, it would go everywhere, go all over your sheets probably. You'd have to clean it all up straight away. And if you were in a position of coitus and you were about to, you know, do the thing, that's going to fill a person up with sick, and it's not going to be nice. Fucking hell, this has gone really fucking twisted, this, hasn't it? But this is my thought process. Would I rather sick come? Yeah, I'd do that. You know, if you were to do like the tactical whitey after drinking too much, there wouldn't be a lot of mess. Just stick your fingers out, down your throat, just a little bit of semen comes out, and that's it. There we go, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to drink some more. You know? I think that's what I'd rather go for. What would you rather do, Matty Willoughby? I'm dying to know. Thanks for your question, mate. I really appreciate you. And yeah, top lad. I've got two more questions here. Both from Haley again, because she's such a big fan of the show already, and this is the first episode. It hasn't even been aired yet. But she's asked me two more, and that's it for the questions of Instagram. I didn't have any on Twitter. I had the one on Discord. Just shows my popularity. She's asked me top 3 emo albums, and the other one, top 3 pop punk albums. 3 emo albums. So, in no particular order, I think 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance is in there, for sure. Peripheral Vision by Turnover. Yes, it's an emo album, it just is. And I'd probably go with Colour Me in Kindness by Basement. It's a different type of emo, okay? I know there's this all Midwest emo, fucking mascara emo and all that sort of stuff. I wasn't really into, like, even though I've just mentioned My Chemical Romance, I wasn't really into that type of music when I was growing up. Like, all that stuff that was on Kerrang. Like, I just wasn't really into it. But, you know, like, Citizen, TTNG, Turnover, Basement, Title Fight, that side of emo I really, really love. So those are mine. Sorry if you were expecting fucking this place on Ocean Avenue. No, I don't really do that sort of thing. If you do like that, then that's cool. But that's not for me. Top 3 pop punk albums. Well, I can never decide between Enemy of the State or Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Cause them 2 albums are both 10 out of 10s for me. I think they're both great. I would probably go for Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, maybe? I've not listened to that album in ages. So I'll probably go for that. What other pop punk album is there? I need to pick two more. Does This Look Infected by Sum 41? I'd probably put in there. I love that album. And what else would I have? Maybe. Yes. But it's a pop punk album, but also emo as well, really. Brave Faces Everyone by Spanish Love Songs is fucking incredible. I absolutely love that album. So that's probably my top three. That's also in no particular order as well, because I just scattershot at them. Does This Look Infected by Sum 41? Take Off Your Pants and Jacket by Blink-182, and Brave Faces Everyone by Spanish Love Songs. There we go. Alright, and the very last question we've got here is from the lovely Ashley Amelia, who is also a Twitch streamer. Go watch her, she's very good. And she's asked, what would the worst superpower be? What would the worst superpower be? Okay. Maybe shitting yourself. That wouldn't be good, would it? Like, some thug comes to get you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fight this bastard back, and you shit yourself. I suppose that's not really a superpower, really, is it? Like, if you can shit yourself on demand, then you have a problem. You probably got some sort of on-demand IBS or something like that. Fuck. Oh my god. What am I going on about here? The worst. I don't know, like, maybe, like, I don't know, like, say, maybe if you had, like, the ability to fly, but you only had, like, the wings of a wasp. Like, or, like, the wings of, like, a pigeon. Yeah, like, say, like, okay, time to fly, and you've got, like, these shitty pigeon wings, and you could barely lift off the ground. Maybe that. But what else would be bad? What else would be a bad superpower? Like, oh, good news, you've been given a superpower. Oh, nice one. What is it? You can fly. Really? Yeah, but you got these pigeon wings. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know. That's quite a good question. What would the worst superpower be? I'm gonna go with that. Imagine being told you got the ability to fly and you've got wings of a fucking pigeon. Something like that. I don't know. But I hope that answers your question, Ashley. I hope that answers your question. Thank you for that. And what do you think will be the worst superpower to have? Do let me know. Let me just take a sip of my Dr. Pepper here. I needed that. Okay, so that is my questions from people. Thank you for giving me your questions, right? Now I'm gonna select 5 random MySpace bulletin surveys. Do you remember MySpace? Did you used to go on MySpace, right? And do the bulletin quizzes, right? So there'd be like you used to post, like, sometimes people would like post blogs or stuff like that, or post what they were thinking. It was a bit like a status, but it was like a bulletin, so you'd have to click on it and like read this full bulletin. And people used to do quizzes on there, right? And that's what people do. And they used to be just so random. They used to be so random. So like, I'm literally going to close my eyes. I've got them all up here, and literally point at one. Okay, so we're gonna do 5. We're gonna do 5. All right. Okay. Yeah. What have I got? Have you dated the person you texted last? Who did I text last? Well, yeah, Haley. Haley was the last person I texted last. So yeah, I did. We dated, and I'm now in a bloody good relationship, and yeah, she's the person I texted last. So my boss was the last one before that. I didn't date him, definitely. Right, okay. What else have we got? Anything embarrassed happened today? Not really. That's a boring question, isn't it? Nothing embarrassing has happened. Maybe recording this podcast. Probably, but no, I don't. Nothing embarrassing has happened recently. No. Okay, three more MySpace questions. Let's have a look. Have you ever dyed your hair? Yes, I have. I have twice. Okay. First time I ever dyed my hair was I went to my first ever concert, which was Nickelback in 2002. Right, bear with me. This was Nickelback when they released the Silver Side Up album. It's How You Remind Me and all that. I was 10 years old, and my dad took me to my first ever gig. I had the baggiest jeans on. I had one of them shirts that were buttoned up, and I had like a fiery dragon on it. And my dad got like the spray paint hair dye thing, so not proper hair dye, but like it's like temporary sort of like spray can. You dye your hair, and he dyed it like a neon blue, like light neon blue color, right? And I was there. I looked new metal as fuck. It was fucking quality. And so my little brother didn't want to feel left out because he didn't go to the concert, but my dad dyed his hair as well. Yeah, my hair was blue. And when I saw Green Day on the American Idiot Tour in 2005, same thing happened again, but I dyed my hair green. There you go. And it was spiky as well. Yeah. Again, looking new metal as fuck. Yeah, I have dyed my hair. So, what are the other... I need two more, don't I? I need two more. What have we got? Ever liked someone who treated you like crap? Yes, I have done. And it's because I treat them like crap. I fucking bin them off. Is it one more? Was it two? Yeah, one more. I've done four. Let's make this a good one. And right. There's got to be a good one here. There's got to be a good one. Let's have a look. Let's see. Do you celebrate 420? Not really. No. I'm not really a. I don't dabble in the devil's lettuce, the wacky backy, the cannabis. No, I don't do that. It's just by choice. I don't do it. Just my choice. I know friends who do it. It's absolutely fine. They do what they want. What is happening on 420 next year though? My little brother is getting married to his wonderful fiance on 420. So that is going to be the best 420 ever for me. But no, I don't celebrate 420 yet, really. And bloody hell, that's it. That was quite painless. I hope it was anyways, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's it. That's the Mastocast. That was the monoblog. That was you getting to know me. I'm thinking of doing this every Friday. Be released on all the podcasts every Friday, all the services, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and that shit. If it all goes to plan, it all might flop. You never know. You never know, dear. But what I am doing this weekend, though, I'm going to Outbreak Festival in Manchester. So I may try my hand at reviewing that. And also there's a Nintendo Direct starting just under an hour, actually. So I can talk about that maybe next week as well. So, yeah. Thanks very much for listening. If you've got this far, I really do appreciate you. If you want to follow me on all the socials, I'm on Instagram. It's MastoDan92. www.twitch.tv/MasterDan92. I'm also on YouTube, although I've not uploaded on there for a long time, but that's MasterDan92 as well. I can't think of anything else really that is social media worthy. Yeah, I can't think of what else. But obviously, give the podcast a follow. It'd be great. And if you could rate it on whatever streaming service you're listening to on, that'd be great also. I hope you enjoyed me babbling shit. I'm not editing any of this because I can't be asked, really. So I just hope you enjoyed it. And this might be a thing. This might not be. But yeah, next week I'll talk about Outbreak Festival and Nintendo Direct. How about that? So yeah, I'll see you next Friday. How about that?